Are you someone who can say, I'm sorry? This is Tracy with Tracy Talks, a podcast about life, looking at life from a new perspective to gain wisdom and understanding in hopes to know yourself more. The more that I mature, the more I understand and know my deal breakers. I'm done with negotiating. I'm done with making concessions. I'm done with removing the parts of my beliefs and understandings. And one of those is being with someone or being around people who cannot say, I'm sorry. And not just, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, or I'm sorry that I offended you. No, I need people who can actually say, I'm sorry, and not discount the apology. And it seems like such a simple thing, because I see it as if I care about somebody and I care about how they feel, and I care about how we interact together, that I want to do whatever I can to have a relationship that is mutual in understanding, mutual in how we interact and communicate with each other in ways that don't hurt each other's feelings. And sometimes we say things and do things to our loved ones that they hurt feelings. And when you are in relationship with somebody that you care about, I automatically assume that you don't intentionally want to hurt somebody's feelings. But if you do, that you would want to apologize when that happens. Growing up, I was around men who didn't say, I'm sorry. As a child, I witnessed these interactions. I would say that I didn't understand what was actually happening. I'm sure there was more happening than I was aware of. But what I did witness was, an interaction. I witnessed one person having their feelings hurt, and then the other person simply brushing it off as if it was just an unintended casualty, that it was just a byproduct of behavior and it was unimportant that someone's feelings got hurt. And this was quite common at the time. I saw this behavior in extended relatives as well. And as a child, and you witness this, and I had conflicted feelings. It feels wrong, but yet no one's doing anything to correct the behavior. No one's apologizing. And being in that environment, it's extremely confusing. When I met my husband, and in the initial stages of a relationship, things go pretty easily. And there are times when things happen, but I would easily let go of them because you're still in this new phase and everything is good. So if something happens and something's said, it's not earth-shattering. And it didn't seem as important. But as the relationship continues and evolves, there are situations that come up, and once you get married, things change, and then something really does happen and your feelings get hurt, and the person you're with can't say, I'm sorry. And what really is happening is I felt like saying I'm sorry was an acknowledgement. It's at least acknowledging that my feelings were hurt. It's not saying I'm sorry is not taking the blame for everything that's happened, but sometimes it's just acknowledging that I see you. I see you're hurt. I care about you. I don't want you to be hurt. And how can we create an environment where we aren't hurting each other? That's what really saying I'm sorry is. And I feel like there are energies around us right now where men are straddling in this, I have to be the man and I can't say I'm sorry because that's somehow indicating that I'm weak. It seems like such a small amount of effort. It seems like such a small little thing that it shouldn't matter, but it does. It is huge and it is significant. Being with someone who cannot say, I'm sorry, is a deal breaker. If you can't sit with me and acknowledge my pain, then you truly don't care about me. And it's interesting because I was listening to something and this just, I just had this realization that I can't remember him ever saying, I'm sorry. That there was always this attitude, I didn't do it, I didn't do anything wrong, so I don't have to say I'm sorry. And it's really difficult to be in a relationship with somebody who doesn't see you for who you are and see how you feel and care how you feel. I don't want to be an unintended consequence for somebody. I don't want to be a second thought. I don't want to be an afterthought. I don't want to be I'm going to do whatever I want regardless of how you feel. That's not a team. That's not a relationship. It's not a partnership. It's a dictatorship. I'm not sure if the people that have been in long-term relationships, if they just got lucky or if they just somehow had witnessed what a healthy relationship looks like. Being in a passenger seat like I was, where I was witnessing a relationship with what I would say are a lot of flaws, it's really been difficult to then know what a healthy relationship would look like and what it would feel like and how two people should interact and care for each other. And I know sometimes I feel like people automatically assume that everybody should just know how to do that. But that's not always the case. I'm sorry. 2 little words that can make all of the difference in a relationship. Thank you for listening to this podcast of Tracy Talks. Please like and share with others who would enjoy listening to this podcast. And until next time, we meet again.